What up, Rafflators? Welcome back to my channel. Today, I want to talk about driving in Guyana. If you were planning to come to Guyana, then this is a vlog, a video that you do not want to miss. So recently there was an accident on the East Bank in Guyana in which a little child, a 7-year-old girl, was killed by a truck, a 20-ton truck. And they pulled the driver from the truck and they beat him, that is the public, until the police arrived and carted him off to jail. That's because if you kill a pedestrian in Guyana, you will go to jail and you may be beaten by the public. So I want to give you a crash course on the traffic laws and driving in Guyana. In this video, I will describe 5 of the most important things to understand about driving in Guyana. Stay tuned.
Oh, this is my day. I'm ready to take it on, come what may.
So guys, listen up. This is a crash course for those of you planning to drive when you come to Guyana. Number 1, do not kill a pedestrian. In Guyana, if you kill a pedestrian, you will go to jail for 10 years. Chapter 51.2 and section 36 of the laws of Guyana states the following, and I quote, "Any person who causes the death of another person by the driving of a motor vehicle on the road recklessly or at a speed or in a manner which is dangerous to the public, having regard to all the circumstances of the case, including the nature, condition, and use of the road and the amount of traffic which is actually at the time, or which might reasonably be expected to be on the road, shall be guilty of a misdemeanor, and on conviction thereof, on indictment, shall be liable to imprisonment for 10 years. So that's point number 1. You will go to prison for 10 years if you cause the death of a pedestrian. Point number 2. The driving test in Guyana is the most difficult driving test to pass in the world. And that is particularly in comparison to the USA and Canada. So this is a test that is conducted over several months. You have to take a 1-month training course in driving theory offered by the police force, that is the traffic department of the Guyana police force. And if you miss one day, if you miss one of those sessions, you will fail. And you have to pass that course, I believe, with a 70% score. But it's very complex because it involves studying the laws of Guyana and the situations in which the laws apply. There are 3 parts to the test. There is a theory part which you study with the instructors for a month. You cannot study on your own, and if you don't attend those sessions, you will fail. There is the daytime test, so you have to be taken on the road in your vehicle by a traffic cop and be tested on your daytime driving. Then there is a night test. So you're taken out in your vehicle at night and you have to pass the night test, night driving test. And then there is a parking test. Now, not even in the US or Canada is there a parking test like the test in Guyana. They put 4 or 5 sticks around your vehicle, 1 at each of the 4 corners and 1 on the side, and there is 6 inches between your vehicle, the end of your vehicle, and the sticks. That is 6 inches between your bumper and the sticks. And you have 3 minutes to insert your vehicle into that parking space defined by those sticks and remove the vehicle from that parking space. So you have to get into the parking space and remove your vehicle from the parking space within 3 minutes. That's the parking test. And most people fail the parking test. I failed the parking test the first time I tried. In America, I went one day for the test, borrowed my friend's vehicle, and I got my driving license. I passed the test within a few minutes. Within, say, 5 minutes, I was told that I'd passed the test. In Guyana, I had to wait for another 30 days and then reapply to be tested, right? It is a very difficult examination to pass. Driving examination in Guyana is one of the most difficult in the world. Point number 3. Our traffic laws are based on the British law in Guyana. So our traffic laws are based on the British traffic laws. And that means we drive on the left-hand side of the road, and our vehicles are right-hand drive. So most of our vehicles are imported from Japan. So if you're accustomed to driving in the US and you're driving in Canada, and you're driving left-hand drive vehicles on the right side of the road, it will not be automatic for you to be able to drive in Guyana. As in the case of driving in England too. We do not have very many divided highways, so you can end up finding yourself on the wrong side of the road by reflex action. I see this happen from time to time, and it's one of the reasons why I don't drive in Guyana, because after driving in the US and Canada for 16 years, I found that my reflexes automatically puts me on the wrong side of the road when I drive in places like the UK or Guyana. So I simply take a taxi. Point number 4. By law, you are not permitted to swerve from any object on the road. So according to our driving theory in Guyana, you cannot change lanes without signaling by law. You're not allowed to swerve out of your lane. You must remain in your lane. And so by our driving theory, the only way to respond to an object in your path, such as a cow or a pedestrian or a pothole, is you must apply your brake and bring the vehicle to a stop. You're not permitted to change lanes unless you signal for 3 seconds. So you must give a 3-second warning by using your indicator, your turning indicator, for at least 3 seconds before changing lanes. That is the law in Guyana. You cannot swerve out of your lane. Point number 5, and that's the final point. If you kill a pedestrian, you may be beaten by the public. In other words, there is so much pent-up frustration in the society with the lawlessness and the corruption in our traffic laws and in the way our road users use the road. In fact, a lot of Guyanese, because of the difficulty with passing the traffic exam, a lot of them bribe the police to get their licenses. And so there are a lot of people driving on the streets who don't really know the traffic laws. And when they cause an accident, the public simply assumes that you are one of those people who bought your license, and you will be beaten by the public before the police arrive. And that is what happened in this last accident on the highway. And a lot of people are arguing back and forth about vigilante justice, but it's a pent-up frustration and anger in the society with the lawlessness on our roads. Because if you're a pedestrian, your life is at stake every time you walk on the road because of the lawlessness. So those are the points, guys. That's the crash course for driving in Guyana. If you want to come to Guyana, you want to rent a car and drive in Guyana, make sure you study our laws. They're available online. You can go to the website and find those laws, read them up. Don't assume that because you know how to drive in the US and Canada, you can drive in Guyana. If you want to see more content like this, click like and subscribe. Share this video with friends and family around the world. And of course, press the notification button. That is that little bell that will tell you when new videos are posted, because sometimes I take a week off and I might miss a few videos, but generally I like to post 5 to 7 videos a week. But if I miss some videos, whenever I post a video, you will be notified that a video has been posted. Later!
As she dances in the sunlight so bright.